What's up, y'all? It's Evan back again. Today is Wednesday, January 27th. It's almost time for you to do your taxes. If you scalp, I feel kind of bad for you. You might need to get that journal going or hire yourself an accountant. Today was a damn crazy day. What are you going to do, right? Two notes to make. One, the calls that we make on this channel are twofold. One, you can play them the next day if you choose. But more importantly, the plays that we call are supposed to be added to a watch list. You're not supposed to buy these the second I call them. I put them on your radar. I say, hey, watch these stocks because these stocks have a chance of moving. Do I mean they're going to move the next day? No, that's a fallacy. We swing trade. All right, if I was day trading, that'd be the case. We're swing trading. You're going to find out if you watch my channel for about 2 to 3 weeks, stocks I called 2 or 3 weeks ago are starting to pop. Right? That's the whole entire goal. So again, you can chart these now. You can watch these now. You can trade these now. But again, I encourage you to make the good decision. And again, wait for some life. Let us show some good things before you buy in. Because a lot of these, the channels are going to break, but the support's going to hold. That's why I do it this way. And then again, red morning, green afternoon. I mean, I preach this on my Discord friends, and I'm going to preach this on my classes in my Discord. There's no such thing as a red day. Now, some people believe that every single day is a chapter in a book. I believe that every single hour of the day is a different chapter in a book. Every single hour of the day is different than the last hour. It doesn't matter if it's a red opening, because by noon, the market can be completely different given some form of news. Just like yesterday, green morning, red afternoon, it was a huge sell-off. Do not think because the market's red, you cannot make money. AQB jumped up, Chewy, which we called, we jumped into a bunch of great stocks, fell for a little bit, and came back in. No, I'm not one of those buy the dip idiots, because that's a dumb thing. That's from like 2008 when the market crashed. It's not how this works now. Markets change. It's all, your edge is wrong, but whatever. So with that being said, we have about 7 or 8 bangers today, about 7 or 8 other good ones for you today. I'm really excited. Really good day for us. With no further ado, we'll hop into it. But first, just to mention again, the Discord chat's coming, class is coming, premium's coming. But again, I want to let the COVID situation work its way out a little bit, and then we'll get into that. But for now, free watch list, free questions, free everything. I'm here to help. Without further ado, let's get into it. If you're new, above me, as you can see, is 2 lists. The one that's on the bottom called Poop has our great stocks for the day. 2, 4, 6, 8 great ones. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 good ones. And again, if you are a beginner, watch the great ones part. That's going to be about 20 minutes. Cut the video and stick with those. If you're an intermediate trader, go with the extra ones and really see what you like. Try and work on your edge. Also, again, just to add, the white lines is the volume profile where 70% of the volume happens. This red line is at the bottom. That's the most powerful node of volume. Again, I have a whole video on that. Please go watch that. But again, that's what these lines mean. So let's look into our first one. First up is Ally Financial. Took a big hit today. But again, it looks like it's still going to be uptrending. It has a history of making these bold dome-like shapes, as you can see, to come back down and then keep pressing along. This is the trend line I'm using currently. It's going up really well. And again, you could come over here and be like, well, isn't this much more the trend line kind of like at this angle? Sure, I can see that being a very viable one. I could also see you cutting through the middle here a little bit and saying that this also has been a very viable trend line. As you can see, lots of action bounces off and around it. That's also in line with where we are. So it looks really good. Great trend line. It's really pushing. Again, do your fundamentals. Why did Ally sell off today almost 6% of where it is at the bottom of this candle? So look into that. Why did that happen? Make sure you know. But again, a good setup, really strong uptrend. Even if it doesn't live here, you have a good chance of holding this for a long time and still making some money. So again, really good uptrend. I like it a lot. Support's there. Let's check the indicators. So 200 EMA bounce may be the move here. They may be coming down to the 200. That's fine. If that's the case, you want to wait till the bottom of the channel. And again, we're calling this in advance, so no one can go on Reddit and be like, this guy's an idiot. Yeah, I'm dumb, but I'm not dumb at this. I'm pretty good at this. So again, that may be the call to wait a few days to show some life. RSI does get down here. When it does, you make money. Stochastic doesn't get too much lower. Vortex doesn't get much lower. Again, a perfect setup for a red morning that ran to a red day for Ally. Looking really good. Wait for the 200 possibly for that to kind of match up with the channel. But again, it may live here. But my money's on maybe waiting a day or two. But otherwise, it looks really good. Oh, sweet, sweet cat. One of my favorites. just been on a blitz of a perfect looking channel. Looks really good. It tapped, and again, I didn't modify this. You can go back and see I had this the way it's been. It literally tapped perfectly right here, and now it's showing some life and coming back down. So again, you may want to wait for some life. I'm more inclined to buy in sooner than later, just because the stop loss would be below this candle. It's 1.6%. You know, you're not really losing any money. This channel is not going to last forever. Okay, it's going to die eventually. This could be where it dies off and caps down here, and then kind of goes horizontal. Then that's the case. You tap down, you're still, you know, in the middle of a horizontal channel. If this develops this way, like, you know, this starts going right, you'll be right in the middle of it, and you have 8% to gain, risking 1 or 2%. Not a bad setup. So again, it looks really good. It's right in the channel where you want it, right at support. Let's see the indicators. So 200 EMA bounce, as you can see, it held above it. It does break it. See that? Doop, and came right back, but otherwise it holds right above it, and that's exactly what we're doing. RSI is oversold. It doesn't do that, and when it does, you've made money every single time. Stochastic super low, Vortex super low. Again, another great stock, really good. You know, cat's not going anywhere, but again, given today's action, it looks like it's at a really good discount, and I hate when people say, "Oh, good stock's on discount today." Shut up. All right, you're just teaching new people incorrect terminology and setting them up for disaster, right? But in this case, it is a good stock on discount for sure. And I like how I said, don't say that, then I said it. But again, I'm never wrong to myself. You know, that's how it goes. Let's check the next one. CNCE. So, Centene Corporation. Again, really strong support area. And with these kind of stocks, it's good to go back in history and look at it. Again, it's been in this channel for a very long time. I would even be inclined with a stock that's this horizontal to even go back farther. So I'm going to add a time frame, you know, like 4 years. That's fine. Put that at the bottom. I'm not going to keep it on here. But you see that? Really good life. And then I guess something bad happened in 2017. Going back up, going down, up, down, up, down. So it has a history of going up and down. Not much consolidation at all. As you can see, there's no consolidation, just up and down. Then if it did drop down like this, it should go back up. Again, there's a gap there. I don't really think that's a big deal. Gaps are good for us to go up. So again, it looks like it doesn't have a history of really muddling around. So it looks really good here. It could get lower, but again, I think it's good. Showing some life. Easily can run 11%. A full move will net you out 16% with a stop loss. Looking really good as a horizontal channel. And again, in the grand scheme, if you look at it, it doesn't have areas to consolidate. It just goes up and down. So I think this is a good sign with this little life here that we should see some green tomorrow, hopefully. Let's check the indicators. RSI looks great. When it gets oversold, you make money. It needs to break both EMA lines. There'll be resistances moving forward, right? Stochastic's low, Vortex is low. Again, a great stock that's on sale due to the red day, and I think it has a lot of good momentum going forward. CNC looks really good. Next is DOCU, and again, I have not moved these lines. I mean, if you technically chart correctly, it should kind of line up with this. As you can see, perfect tippy tap right there, and again, that looks really good. We can scroll over, and you look for a support area. There's one right here. You can see like right here and over. Activate, come down. Oh my God, activate, come down, and you can see a lot of price action stops here, and it stopped right there. So I'd keep that line there for you. Again, it could drop another 1%. And again, if it drops beneath 220, I'd be inclined to cut it and see what it does. Looks great though. It's really trying to test this volume channel line. It wants to break that. It's been channeling up for a very long time. If it does die, I would assume it's coming all the way back down to the 190s. That's even a better price for us. But again, I want to see life out of this. And again, showing life. You see how it came right back up, dropped down a little bit. I think it may take a day or two to reverse. You see how it kind of does, you know, little bully shapes. We'll see. But again, price action wise, technically DOCU is a fantastic setup. Let's check the indicators. All right, RSI is oversold, oversold, oversold. Every time it's been successful. You'd love to see it. It was holding the 200, but again, it breaks below it. It does that consistently just to come back. So we'll see if it does come back. 50 is going to be a resistance moving forward, and the Vortex is low. Again, I think a really, really good setup. Again, you could even extend left your channel here. You can see how long this has been going on for, right? I only kept the relevant information into it, but again, this is not an accident. It looks really good. You're at the bottom of it. I think you have a lot of room to run. DOCU is a fantastic setup. MDU, again, you can see I have a trend line down here. And again, it's not perfect and it's quite large. It's a good 4% wide, which is more than usual. But again, if I can, I try to make it a candle width wide or maybe a wick wide. So you could probably move this down and be about half a candle size. So it does have a high ATR. It does move a lot. It gapped down, and we know that gaps like to be filled on this channel. So we're going to hope that gets filled pretty easily. And we hope it's not like a runner where it breaks off and just runs. But look at this. You see how this gapped right there? Oops, see how that gapped right there? And this price action came down perfectly almost to hit that and go back up. Right, it does that a lot. And like over here, it gapped down. What did it do? Come up, filled that gap almost perfectly, and came back down. So again, gaps do get filled quite often. So we should expect at least a small reversal from here. See a little bit of change. But MDU looks good. Good channel up, good support area. And again, you can be more conservative or aggressive with your trend lines and your supports. One could say this is the support area. That's great. That's a good area to put it. I would argue it's probably closer to right about here. I like to put it kind of in the middle, but more on the aggressive side. Tapped off of that. Coming back down. And again, there are reversals that do wick into this and barely tap it. Some go to the bottom. And this is where risk management comes involved. What do you want to do? Wait longer or get in sooner? It's up to you. And again, I have more details on that in the class. I don't want to give my whole handout right now. I got to sell something, my boy. But again, it looks pretty good. Easily can run up 7%. And again, this is a long-term hold. Can really net you some good money. Over the last 7 months, you would have made, 30%. Again, not much. But again, it's a really easy stock. Maybe if it hits the bottom of the channel and lives, a good option call. We'll see what happens. Let's check the indicator. 200 EMA bounce. Again, does it do that? Nope. It does that twice. That's not really bounced 3 times. Okay, so it respects it, but not highly. It likes to respect the 50 a lot more. You see how much it bounced off the 50. So again, I would be more concerned until it breaks the 50 to really go long on it. But again, in the meantime, it's a good setup. RSI is super oversold. Stock's low. Vortex is low. Again, red day looking really good. I think MDU, if played correctly, can be really beneficial. Next is OCFT. A bit harder to read. A bit harder. This is a great example of, hey, wait until it really shows its hand. It's coming down, and 100% of the time, not saying it has a 100% chance of working, but historically it has a 100% chance so far in this channel from going top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom. So again, I would assume it's going to come down to 1968. What a good year. Shout out to Jimi Hendrix. So again, it has some room to drop down, and again, I think it would, but you could also see, it does have a history of having some higher lows, okay? It did break it, so again, I'm not saying it always does. This low over here is lower than this one. So again, we do not know where it's going to reverse. There's no right or wrong answer 100%. I would just make my, my channel to buy into. Anywhere in here is probably fine. You're going to miss some moves possibly, but it looks like every time it's downtrended, it's hit at least 20 bucks. So again, wait some time. Don't pull the trigger right now. I just want it to be on your radar because if tomorrow's another red day, there's a high likelihood this bad boy is going to go, and then come right back up. And I don't want you to miss this. So put an alert above, maybe $20.20. Really, put an alert there, right click, create alert, then hit the down button. And now it says editor below. And now when it hits there, it'll go off for you. That's what I do. Let's check the indicators. So a little bit congested. Let's just use the channel. EMA lines, I guess, when it breaks both, and this is a good lesson. When it breaks both of them, it does big moves. You see how when it broke above here, both of these EMA lines went crazy. Broke above both of them, went crazy. Above, crazy. So that's if you are more adverse to risk and afraid, wait for that. RSI is in the middle, and again, be dynamic. Okay, scroll out, put your cursor where it is now. Do reversals happen here? Yes, they do. Now again, they happen a little bit higher as well. So I think we're in reversal territory. Stochastic is low and curling, looks good. Vortex is low and also kind of curling. So again, I would give it a day or two. I'm calling it early, so no one on Reddit or on the Facebooks or the Twitters can come at me and be like, oh, your stuff's red, loser. Be like, yeah, guess what? Asshat, I am a loser, but I'm good at this. So shut up, nerd. So OCFT looks really good. I like it a lot. Next is OKTA. I've been watching this bad boy for the longest. I was playing it over here, and it broke down, and I was like, frick. And then I came back, and I bought back in, and I was like, whoopee, and had a good ride up. So ever since then, I've been partially liking it a lot. These orange lines I've been removing. This is where I call them at. And again, filming this class and everything, they're kind of distracting. So if I get rid of those, I apologize. I'll put them back later. So good channel up, really easy to read. It has broken it 3 or 4 times. It's barely tapped 2 or 3 times. So again, risk management comes involved. What do you do? What do you like? It's up to you. This is a very strong resistance and support area. As you can see, a lot of price action stops and starts here, and it's currently red, and it's holding it. So again, it comes down to your preference. One would argue, well, just put it right at that little baby wick right there. Sure, that's fine. Some would also argue, well, use more current price action. So I'd want to go probably up here as a resistance, or maybe even, is that a double bottom? You know what I mean? Like, what is this, right? Boop, boop, right? It comes down to whatever your preference is on supports and resistances. All I know is that this is an area of reversal in this area. So again, looks really good. I like it a lot. Again, it could drop tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if it drops down and reverses. But again, in this area, you have easily 15, 20, 30% to run if it really does what you want it to do. Let's check the indicators. RSI looking good. When it gets oversold, you make money thrice out of thrice times. And again, in this area, you can see there are reversals. So that looks really good. EMA wise, 200 EMA bounce. That adds some weight to what you should do. I'd definitely buy it sooner than later, given that fact. And you can look back historically, just kidding, historically, and see it does break it. But again, as of recent, it doesn't. Great sign for you to buy in sooner than later. Vortex is low. Stochastic is low. Again, a great looking stock for reversal. OKTA Inc. Again, do your research, but looks really good. Oh shit, your boy has the volume profile on. You know what that means. We've been watching PEG for a minute. We're going to right click, activate drawing. Bring that up, activate drawing. Bring that up. As you can see, it's shifted up. That's a good sign of strength for us. I like that a lot. Let's check it out. So now that that's correct, we can see that it is breaking. And again, it broke that before and it came back almost 8%. So I'm not too worried. The thing you should consider is that if you were to connect all the bottoms here, you see it connected the bottoms, and those all match up well. Redraw this channel. You know, is it possibly in a downward channel? You know, you have to go up here and do it. So is it in a downward channel? Possibly. And again, given the support area, I would be remiss not to mention it. Looks like it's slowly falling off as this. So we're going to definitely have to wait a little bit. So I'll probably downgrade PEG to a good stock given the price action since I looked at it last. Last time I looked at it was in the middle here. So again, it looks pretty good. Let's just skip it. I don't like to cut things out. Again, it may be a fine choice, but given that still falling off and this channel has really shown itself for where it is, let's wait until a few days to see what happens with PEG. Look at that, me being honest and saying, hey, don't buy something. Wow, honesty in the YouTube finance marketplace. Who knew? All right, let's look at our good stocks for tomorrow. If you are a beginner, stop the film. Stop watching. Take those 7 or 8, go home to your little lappy-toppy, chart these yourself, do some fundamentals yourself, and then go from there. But if you're intermediate or more expert, let's look at some other good ones that maybe need a few days or only have 1 or 2 things going for it, but I like them a lot. Let's check them out. Let's make this quick because I actually hit end record right there and record all this shit, and then it didn't record, so I want to go home. AGCO, great channel up as you can see, looking really good. Right at support area, looking really good. I'm not even gonna put titles in this today because I have to get home. Looking really good at the support area, looking really good for a bounce. AGCO could just be a little bit lower, but looks really good. Fifth Third Bank looking really good on this uptrend, but it broke the uptrend, holding at support. Again, let it show some life. We're a few days away from really seeing where this is gonna go. And again, the reversals take a few days at best. So again, Fifth Third Bank looks really good, but give it a few days. HLT is above channel, and I think it's going to come down to it or consolidate sideways until it gets there. Again, I would spend more time on this one. Looks really good, but again, 200 EMA broke. It does that to come back, but give it some time to kind of hit this channel or consolidate sideways and then go up. But HLT looks really good. PCH has some room to drop. As you can see, it was a beautiful ascending triangle, broke out, wants to retest. Again, let it fall down a few more days away, but PCH looks really good. PEG, I moved up here. I'm taking PEG off the good list. Now it's in the gray list. Now it's in the good list. Then I'm putting Petra in its place. PRTA is a beautiful ascending triangle across the board, looking great, holding the support area. It's perfect, honestly. It really developed over the day when I called it earlier. Easily can run up almost 15-20%. Petra's a fantastic pickup for sure. And I'll do this real quick to show you. Look at that. Really fantastic. It's like SWN for those who I called that one on. Same setup. It looks very similar. PSNL should also be in the great category at this point. It looks really, really good. It really dropped down well. I'm not editing for this. I'm tired. PSNL dropped down really well in the 200 EMA line right over here. Looking really good. Indicators look really good. Again, a reversal should be coming. A fantastic setup. We called Silv like 4 days ago. It's still consolidating. Again, great value, but again, it could reverse soon. I like to see that happen before I really bought in. TXN, the instruments, again, I have moved down to the great category because, again, it all lined up perfectly. I was waiting to see what I was going to do. Today it dropped off more, right into channel, right at the 200. Again, you're going to make maybe 5 or 6, 7, 8% at most, but again, super easy read. If you're a 9 to 5 trader, this is for you. Super simple area for your stop loss. And again, you can see that before, if you watched my other stocks, this was down here, and now it's shot back up here. So again, the fact that the POC jumped up and now it's holding at it is a great sign. It may consolidate for a few days, but TXN is a fantastic pickup. And last is UMH. As we can see, it's ascending up in a channel, right? Duplicate this real quick. Or don't. Oh my God. I'm not editing. I'm just a goat. You can see if you put all those together, perfectly channeled together. You're at the bottom, but again, I think it'd take a few days to reverse first before we can go along. Again, I apologize if you're a big intermediate guy and you want me to go farther into this or talk slower. I apologize. It's almost 3 o'clock. I need to get home so I can make some food because your boy doesn't eat lunch. I just fast until nighttime usually, so I gotta get home and eat. What did we learn today? First, if you bought CCIV and made money, congrats. Otherwise, you're dumb. No, I'm kidding. But I hope you all make money. But that's the point of avoiding these hype stocks. I assure you, if you understand the stock market, it's supply and demand. If somebody wins, then most likely somebody lost. So all you who bought into and got burned, I apologize. I tried to warn you, but here we are. For me, ran up 350% today. Looked great. We also had some other great pickups. What else do we have today? We had that just killed it. Jill we called killed it. FLGT killed it. PGen killed it. BGS killed it. Swan killed it again. RRC running. KNDI. KT. What else is there? Chewy ran up 9% today. Beyond still going. I mean, KPTI itself today ran up a good amount, then died at 17, so we called it. So again, you can play all the hype stocks you want. I'm going to stay in my lane, focus on good mid caps with good technicals. If that sounds appealing to you, if you have a 9 to 5 job, I'm your guy. Otherwise, have a good rest of your week. We'll see you guys tomorrow for one last video this week, and we'll hit the weekend. Otherwise, have a good rest of your week. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.